ANC will celebrate its 110th anniversary when party president Cyril Ramaphosa delivers the annual January 8 statement this weekend. The statement is the party's program of action for the year ahead and an important precursor to the State of the Nation address in February. The party faces a busy year as it prepares for its elective conference in December, and factional battles are expected to increase as various regions hold their own elective conferences. Political analyst Sandile Swana joins me now to discuss the year ahead for the ANC. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, as we speak, the ANC, we know that a significant building has been burnt and questions are being asked about the motive, and of course the State of the Nation address taking place next month also raising important questions about that building and the reasons why. What's your take on the fire?
Yes, in every community and in every nation there will be somebody, some criminal somewhere who wants to commit a crime. The nations and communities that are crime-free are crime-free because the security establishment of that nation prevents crime, investigates crime, and prosecutes crime when crime is committed. So to me, the situation that has occurred in Parliament underlines the fact that in South Africa, since the Polokwane Conference of the African National Congress, the security establishment in South Africa has been watered down and decapacitated and rendered almost irrelevant to the security of the nation and the various communities, which makes it possible even for the national key points in South Africa to be vulnerable even to the most amateurish criminal to penetrate and do damage should they wish to do so.
Let's then move to our main discussion on the ANC and the January 8 statement coming up. The timing of the statement comes, of course, where a time when the ANC has suffered a huge loss during the elections and also, of course, factionalism being at center stage. What do you make of some of the expectations of that statement and in the build-up, speaking to some of the problems that the ANC is experiencing?
Yes, if you were to look at the January statement that was issued in 2021 and even going to the very first January statement that was rendered by Cyril Ramaphosa, you would see that they identified their problems in an unchanging fashion. For instance, earlier on, they would have been worried about the upcoming 2019 elections and so on, and now with the 2021 elections, and then said that they are going to do certain things such as improving service delivery in municipalities, making sure that their branches and their municipalities are more well connected to communities, etc., in order to perform much better and well in the upcoming 2021 local government elections. The elections have come and gone, and the ANC has made a record poor performance, has rendered a record poor performance, which means the diagnosis from the community side says that the performance of the ANC and its capacity to meet the true needs of the ordinary people on the ground has deteriorated, especially since the Polokwane Conference in 2007.
And as you speak about being on the ground, we know that in the build-up to the January 8 statement, we normally see government officials, ANC members and officials out speaking to people on the ground, trying to get an understanding. Do you think we haven't heard of the plan going forward and whether or not this will happen in this fashion, but how important will it be to engage with the people and really touch the hearts of members, especially with the outcome of the local government elections, speaking to what members are thinking of the party?
If you read the 2017 conference resolutions of the African National Congress, the 54th conference, it goes into great detail about what the job of the branch should be, the local branch of the African National Congress, and that it should mirror the ward committee of the municipality. and actually involve itself with all local organizations, all local issues, and be in touch with the people. So they made such resolutions in 2017. Had they followed that from 2017 until 2021, first of all, their municipalities would have performed far better. They would have been more in touch with the communities. Now, for instance, where I live, instead of doing that, the Speaker of Council actually cancelled and abolished the ward committee. It never functioned for 3 years. So all of those things, it's something that they are dreaming about. They've been dreaming about it. It's not happening right now. So hopefully they'll start to do it, knowing that in 2024 they are likely to lose. They've got probably above 90% chance of losing Gauteng as a province to the coalition.
As you speak about that same discussion, we know former President Thabo Mbeki came out very strongly after the announcement of the local government elections, speaking to the introspection that the ANC needs to do, speaking to points of infighting, speaking also to the ANC's renewal. How much leverage could taking that advice mean for the ANC going forward and in the build-up to 2024?
There are serious problems that I do not even think they will solve before 2024. If you look, for instance, at the representation, the number of delegates per province in the 2017 conference, KZN, which is not necessarily even the most populous province in South Africa, had the highest number of delegates represented in the conference, followed by Mpumalanga, followed by the Eastern Cape. Gauteng, which is the most populous province in South Africa, it was one of the mediocre provinces in terms of representation, and that is the economic driver of South Africa, etc., etc. And these provinces with the largest branches and number of delegates in ANC conferences represent the biggest problem in the ANC, the creation of fake branches, fake members, corrupt processes of electing leaders, and buying of votes. That is what that represents. So the top part, the highest number, the top 4 probably represent that type of corruption already. So the leaders that will eventually get elected out of the process will represent those tendencies.
You speak about corruption, and we know that the State Capture Commission of Inquiry will the report will land on the President's desk soon. And, just looking back at the President Cyril Ramaphosa's testimony in August and some of the revelations that came out of that, did his testimony, do you believe, hold any weight when it comes to what he knew as ANC Deputy President and Deputy President of the country?
No, I think that the attendance of President Cyril Ramaphosa at the Zondo Commission on behalf of the ANC especially, and also, as you correctly point out, that he was actually Deputy President of the country when all these atrocities were being committed. His presence was more ceremonial to show that he attended the Zondo Commission. He did not offer us any insight into what he and his team were actually doing to support and propagate the corruption that was going on whilst they were in office, including corruption that was perpetrated by the ANC as an organization, and corruption that may have been authorized implicitly or subtly in some ways by the NEC itself and the top 6 of the ANC. He did not help us at all.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time and analysis. Sandile Swana, political analyst, speaking to the January 8th statement and, of course, the outcome of the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, that report that sets to land in the President's hands very soon.